morning, beautiful people. We are here with another episode of Black Tech Futures Media Weekly Chat. I am here this morning with Diego Grange, an owner and operator of a local soccer team in Hartford called the Sporting Hartford FC. Ira is not here with us today. She'll definitely be joining us next week. Diego, what's going on, man? Good morning. Good. So, you sound a little muffled. You there?
You hear me better?
Oh, okay. Yep. I hear you now. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Diego. So, for the audience, they're probably wondering, what's a owner of a soccer team doing on a show about cryptocurrency and NFTs? Well, that's exactly why Diego's here, and that's exactly why you guys are in for a treat today, because Diego is on the other side of being someone who's an organizer, community driven, very local, but then kind of started stumbling upon cryptocurrency because he is an investor on the side as well into stocks. But then started doing more research. And when he approached me saying that all the research he's been doing, I'm like, well, bro, you're in my wheelhouse. Let's get on the show and let's talk. So Diego, why don't you briefly explain your experiences so far with your research into crypto, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. Man, it starts off with a lot of people, like with yourself, some family members, some friends was just always talking about crypto. They was involved with buying crypto for a long time. So, I was always like skeptical of thinking about getting into it. But then, I started noticing that everything is becoming digital. And once everything becoming digital and how we getting paid with payroll and stuff like that, it only made sense to start looking into, doing my own homework and research up on it. Following and, the people that I actually, follow and listen to on a daily, like the EYL.
Shout out Earning Leisure. Yeah.
Yes,
Top business podcast out here. Yeah.
Shout out. Definitely. Black Wall Street Trapper. This guy named Fitz. Different little podcasts that their main goal was just investing. Everybody's all about investing in financial literacy and breaking that generational curse. So that's what the big thing that I was on. That's the big thing that I was on. So I did my homework. I was listening to this podcast. So I drive trucks and I listen through different stuff on my routes. I try not to listen to too much music. I try educate myself, because you don't have to have a degree to learn this stuff. You just find the research and the homework and get into it. So
yeah.
So when I was in my truck, this guy named Fritz was on this podcast. I can't remember the name of the podcast episode, but it just happened to just be on my phone, and I just clicked on it and turned it on and played it. And it was just talking about, he broke it down very, very basic about the crypto, and it made sense to me because I do a lot of traveling. I invest into a lot of different things when it comes to sports, businesses, and just in the market. So when he was explaining to the crypto world, it was just like, all right, I was making it logical with everyday living and what's going on with the market and digital, and it's all about just investing. Dogecoin was the first one that opened up my eyes about it, when it's just four guys kicking
for
in.
A lot of people. Yeah.
Right. Made something that was a joke, you know what I mean? And then now it's turned into something that's like legit. I mean, it was legit, but it's like official. You got Mark Cuban investing in it. You got what's his name? Tesla guy investing in Musk.
Oh yeah, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk investing in it. So Snoop Dogg investing in it.
Right.
A lot of people.
I would say that, like, this past year, where there was a big uptick in crypto because of Dogecoin, because of like now people and the explosion of NFTs as well, and just all these big news about all these big celebrities and big, you know, public news about and current trends on this new thing, this new world. And to your point, Mark Cuban, and how sports and crypto are finding their, you know, their place in this new world, right? Mark Cuban accepting Dogecoin for you to buy your next ticket for a Mavs game. You're able to buy a shirt with Dogecoin, you know, of a Mavs shirt or jersey or whatever, right? Get a Luka Doncic for like however many Dogecoins it would cost, right? That's an option now. And so what made you look into crypto? Because I understand that from what you said so far, financial literacy is obviously important. That's obviously a big uptick as well. More and more people that I talk to are listening to these types of podcasts now, Earn Your Leisure, because and other business podcasts, because it's now important to become financially literate. And apparently, since you're not really learning it too much in school, because I know I haven't, I don't know about you, I didn't.
20 years ago.
We had to learn this later on in life and apply it. So now here we are, and this whole new world of crypto is coming in that's new for everybody, while we're still in the middle of getting our credit going, you know, still trying to eliminate student loan debts. And so we get it. We get how going on this journey, and once you understand financial literacy, then you can kind of start bringing in a new concept that's new for everybody and say, well, maybe this is how I can manage my money from here on out. So with that being said, after doing all your research, where do you think that cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology can fit specifically with your soccer team? Because that's a conversation that we have you know, offline, and I would like to bring that up.
So that's the thing. So when I was listening to that dude on the podcast, he was breaking it down about blockchain. He was he basically was just saying the crypto world, because I remember you always telling me Ethereum is a platform. You know, it has different stuff inside the Ethereum you can buy and have, but you still have shares in Ethereum or have investments in Ethereum, right? So basically, he just says it's a community. It's a community. So what you basically doing is, what they was doing is separating blockchain from from crypto, because blockchain was just basically what like a software. You know what I mean?
It's the technology. It's the structure that
the structure. So if you give that type of structure so much to the coin, then that coin can turn into a whole community. You know what I mean? Now everybody can invest into each other, into themselves. It's like, you know, I'm coming from West Indian background, and they have this thing called pardon, and everybody, you know, put up $100 or $200 a week, and then at the end of the week, then that person gets the payout. And then you do it again next week, and the next person the payout, and then you do it.
And that's a concept. And how long has something like that been going on for? Pardon, like doing pardons?
As I can remember. You know, I'm 34, so you could add them years to 34. You know what I'm saying? So
So that concept of pooling money together, having a community of people, group economics, you know, all these things of making your own investments for big projects, for bigger ideas, for making your own ecosystem and circulating money within that ecosystem. And that's pretty much what having your own cryptocurrency can allow you to do, especially on blockchain technology that's so secured and just something where it's unhackable, right? Something so very, very secure, because that's the biggest thing. Anonymous as well. No one's looking into what you're, you know, doing. No one's judging you based off of your credit score. It's just based off of who we have this money, who has a project that we can trust, that we can see, and how do we implement a smart contract, because that's another structure that's built on top of blockchain technology, built off of the Ethereum network. That's where a lot of these dApps are coming from, decentralized apps, where it's pretty much an app that you would just, you know, it looks just like any other app, except under the hood, there's a lot more stuff going on. There's a lot of systems and automated smart contracts that take away people and just say, this is the rules of this contract. Anytime you put this amount in, this is going to happen, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So,
right, exactly.
so this is pretty much the same concept of a pardon, where, okay, you have a group of people that, you know, you can trust, that, you know, are reliable, whatever it may be, or that whatever technology can limit them in order to make sure things are going through. That's what a part of a smart contract is having these protocols that is fair, and that, you know, that no one's taking advantage. And they have a lot of these structures already kind of built, that you can take this code that's already kind of built, that you can build on top of these layers, if you will. And these are things that you can search on ethereum.org. I actually remember you sent me that link, and if you actually go to that link, there's a lot of resources, guys.
That's
and
what made me realize. Yep. No, not to
right.
cut you off, but yeah, that's what
No,
made
no,
me
no, 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 no.
open up my eyes even more. And I was like, yo, I gotta look into this blockchain. I gotta figure out what's the next motive, what's the next move.
So let's talk about that. So now, getting your research, like what do you think you can do? What can you implement in the near future that's gonna really bring in this cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, more importantly, and smart contracts into the real world of sporting Hartford FC?
Well,
How can you see that? And of course, you know, and I know you're not an expert, so it's just more so your ideas of
my
what you would like
ideas,
to do.
yes, definitely, because I was gonna say, first and foremost, I'm gonna be doing a lot more research and studying. You know, I feel as though I need to study it more to get a more
Okay.
concept of an understanding of what everything could tie it into, because I don't know if you heard of, but the Miami Heat stadium was bought out by a cryptocurrency. I think it's called Fix Arena or something like that. I'm not mistaken the name of it, but so the next year
I've
coming
heard something like that.
in a few seasons, the arena is going to be run and operated by a cryptocurrency.
I've been hearing something. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And also, I've actually, now that you bring up Miami and cryptocurrency, I've also been seeing some news circulating, and I've seen the content on it too. There was a basketball tournament in Miami. It was the Bitcoin basketball tournament, where the prize, instead of a cash prize, it was $26,000 worth of Bitcoin. And I'm like, how fascinating how now cash prizes and all this stuff are starting to, like, you know, it's starting to change now, even within sports, right? It's like, yo, $26,000, well, we have it in Bitcoin, and people come out, and it's attractive. Something's attractive about that.
Question. That's the type of model and concept I was going to instill with the club, but not only just inside the club, but I was going to have that as an entity, or like a position, because you know there's other things that, you know, we could get involved with, you know, multimedia, you know, we could get involved with real estate, we could get involved with, you know, I mean, if we have some doctors, some healthcare a little bit, you know what I mean, we could get
Right,
involved
absolutely.
with have our own system, our own community, where we're supporting each other, we're investing into each other, and everybody is making their own, you know, revenue, not just revenue, but investments long term, you know what I mean? So I mean, like I said, I still have to do more homework on it myself to, you know, be more in depth. But with the soccer thing, it's more like, you know, trying to give more opportunity where people just see that we have a community, build a community. You watch the game, you get some Bitcoins, you know what I mean? You support the club, you know, donate to the club, you get some return, you get a few shares of Bitcoins, or whatever the cryptocurrency that community that we have created. So even if we have about 5 people that's at the head of it to invest into it, that's the same way thing as Dogecoin did. It wasn't that many people. So that's the board right there. And when we build a community, get involved and find out what platform you want to work off of. You know what I mean? So
absolutely, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, you definitely have the right idea in terms of what this can do to build a community and to really build your own ecosystem of really circulating your, you know, money coming into it, supporting goals that are beneficial, obviously, for not only the people but for the team, for the community, and expanding out from that into multimedia, into other things that can attach to your sports team and just to the community in general. So I think that's super cool. I mean, I definitely look forward to seeing what your looks like Diego looks like Diego left the room for a second. Unless his phone died, because that actually just happened to me again. Oh, here we go. Okay. Hey, what's going on, man?
Somebody was calling my phone. My bad.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You're good. It's all good. No, I was where I kind of left off was just I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what you can come up with. You know, what research you're doing, how I can help, because that's obviously why I'm here as well. So yeah, so why don't you tell me more about you know, your goals for you know, the soccer team, and like, you know, future plans, and how we can understand where crypto is going to come in, so that potential investors, right, could be excited to say, hey, I want to be a part of this. So you know, you kind of already mentioned some things like, you know, people investing and having shares, right? So that is kind of the overall arching, you know, biggest investment to put into to start with, right? Having people that can own a piece of the soccer team, right? Because you can tokenize Sporting Hartford and say, hey guys, you can be a part of this team. You can actually own a fraction of this team by putting this amount in and getting a, you know, whatever you want to call it, a rising coin or a star coin, right? Hartford, however, you know, that's the beauty about cryptocurrencies. You can name it whatever you want, but that coin can be attached. Right. The coin itself is also attached to a smart contract, you know, and that can build over time. It can just start off as a simple investment. You get 10 people, 5 people, it doesn't matter, 20 people who invest $100 and say, hey, we got this pool of money now, and we're trying to raise more money and build this team up, this coin up, this community up, so that we can invest into things like events and all that, get sponsors, get more money, so that people can see their investments grow. And because that's the whole point, we want to build something that's going to grow, so that people, more and more people, can invest and see the potential in what Sporting Hartford can provide, right? Whether that's just, you know, the talent, because, you know, you guys are actually a pretty good, and I want you to talk about Sporting Hartford too. Like, you guys, like, this is not no slouch team, guys. Like, they're top notch. You know, they very competitive. They're in a very competitive league, and it's just super fun to watch, like, these guys who, you know, just play with their hearts, and, like, you know, they're not really playing for the cameras or anything like that, right? So there's a different feel to it when you're just watching, you know, soccer professionally, right? It's something cool to see. But yeah, I mean, so why don't you kind of maybe see what you know, think about, you know, what I just, like, you know, are there any more things that you can see other than, in, you know, being an investor? What would, you know, other things that you can think of, you know, like, because I kind of seen this as a brainstorming session now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, nah, man, it's definitely everything is brainstorm. It's good to bounce ideas with like-minded people. You know what I mean? So like I don't know, there's this rapper named Chamillionaire. You know what I mean? I grew up in Texas.
I'm very familiar with Chameleon. I had the ringtone with
I
the
grew
ring
up
when he
in
was
Texas, man. Yeah, definitely. So I grew up in Texas, you know, listen to Chamillionaire, seeing the type of things he did for his community, you know what I mean? I'm trying to, you know, I also listen to Nipsey, you know, and like I've been following these guys for years, and
both in tech. They were both in tech as well.
That's another reason why I'm starting to get more involved in the tech business as well. So like I've been following Nipsey. Nipsey started this little project called I can't remember what it's called right now. What's that project? What's that project Nipsey started with the for his community?
The prop to pay?
No, the 90.
Vector 90. Vector 90.
Vector 90. Vector 90. Vector 90.
For those who don't know, for those who don't know Vector 90, it's pretty much a co-working space that's really focused on technology, STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Yes. So bringing in youth, especially underserved community youth, and yeah, they're top of the line stuff. So yeah, so continue.
Yeah, so, being from Hartford, being born and raised in Bloomfield, have grew up on West Euclid Street off Blue Hills, and then moved to Texas. I was able to adapt to see two different type of lifestyles. You know what I mean? I was able to see, a broader picture by being in Texas, and then coming home and seeing that everybody's still in the same country, just in the same view, in the same tunnel vision. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I wanted to do something for the youths out here, because it's not that many. There's stuff programs here, but it's nothing that's exciting them. You know what I mean? It's nothing that's really getting them involved, want to get them involved. So I was trying to create something that, having a soccer team, getting some of these kids that play soccer, get some of these West Indian kids, because we have a big West Indian culture out here, but big, not just West Indian, but just culture, period, different cultures out here in our communities, period. So trying to get more involved with them, getting them involved with soccer. If they don't get involved with soccer, get some of these business owners to want to teach their class to these kids. You know what I mean? Give like a workshop. You know what I'm saying? Do something that will help these kids to not just want to play basketball or be running around in the neighborhood, riding, being on, how it is out here. So
man, absolutely.
Absolutely. Just give them more aspect to, just like, it's not just sports out here. You can get involved in digital, get involved in photography, get involved in computers, you get involved in tech, you get involved in anything. You know what I mean? You can even start investing and make money when you're 18 years old, 16 years old. You know what I mean? 14, once you understand the technology and logic of investment at the early age, there's
no limit. Yeah.
I wish they told us this when we was 14, 13 years old.
Who you telling? Who are you telling? Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to hear you say these things, because I've always known that about you. I've always felt that about you. Like you were very someone who always found purpose in serving others, and we both know that, like, that's our biggest, like, that's what brings us joy. And of course we want to do it in a way that we're going to be successful as well, because society and today's civilization, there's a game that we got to play, and we got to play the game, and that's all it is. And unfortunately, when we try to play the game within the system that was built by other people that didn't keep us in mind, we start to get these barriers, come across these barriers where it's like, all right, it's tough to get a loan, it's tough to get that mortgage, it's tough to get these opportunities that we should be able to get, but don't, because either A, we don't have the education, or B, we just don't have access to that opportunity or that information to get it, right? So now this whole new world of cryptocurrency is just breaking all of that, saying that you don't have to have these structures. We build something so that everyone has a chance to get to do what they want to do, whether that's getting a loan for a big business that they wanted to do but couldn't because the bank denied them, whereas you can go onto a cryptocurrency that has a pool of money that, to your point, like a pardon, says, hey, pitch your ideas, let us know if it's convincing enough, and if it is, we start through the smart contract, we start implementing, but you have KPIs that you need to abide by. Every 2 weeks you have to make sure that you're doing this, because if not, we cut funding. You know what I'm saying? That's what these smart contracts do. A lot of people ask me like, so they just give out money? No, they don't just give out money. That's why these smart contracts are right. That's why these smart contracts are in place. And a lot of the times there are loans too. A lot of people do loan out their crypto and get a percentage interest off of that. So there's this whole system being made.
Yeah, by you saying that, I also was also learned just within a week that I could buy crypto and sell crypto. You know what I'm saying? Like
You
this
can
is
loan out your
crazy.
crypto to get an interest rate
Right?
back. Yeah,
No,
right.
or you
And,
could buy
oh,
bitcoins. You could buy bitcoins and sell them back the bitcoins. But you know, that was like a couple years ago. Now you have Coinbase. You have all these platforms that does the exact same thing. But
yeah,
there
these
is a
exchange yeah,
right,
yeah,
right. So you can exchange that. But it's the piggyback of what you said earlier about not being able to get loans and stuff like that. By running a business, having a business, running a truck servicing company and stuff like that. When you go to the bank, you know, I mean, you want to take out some money, like they don't allow you. They don't like when you take out a large sum of money. Even
well,
they
they look into everything about
right,
you, not your potential of what you can build, but what
right.
you've done in your past,
But even
right?
own money, they don't want you to take out. So you want to take out 10K. They were looking at you while you're taking out 10K.
Oh,
If you
all up
deposit
in your
it,
business, right?
right,
Yeah,
if you deposit in 10K, they're looking at you like, where you get this 10K from? And it's like, hold on, you don't want me
why
to
you
take the
ask?
money out, but then you don't want me to put the money in. So what are you here for? What is your purpose? What's your purpose serving me for? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's like, let's start serving ourselves. You know what I mean? Let's create how we can serve ourselves, because at the end of the day, you know, we're minorities, and when they look at us as business people and entrepreneurs, they turn the cheeks majority of the time. You know what I mean?
damn straight.
What we really don't know is that we have black businesses on the market.
Right.
We you know, we need to start looking into the black owned businesses that's on the market
Oh
and
yeah,
start
yeah.
investing our money into that. That's why this AMC. I just seen Wendy's going up. Like Wendy's, like come
Right,
on, bro. Like
right,
who's running this? Who's these hedge funds
right,
that's running this? Who's these people that's dropping all this bread into
right,
these little companies, these low performance companies? So if you
right.
start paying attention to like that, then you start understanding like, yo, I could do this too.
Absolutely. That was beautifully said, because that's where I see a lot of people transitioning to saying that, wait a minute, like investing, getting my credit right, eliminating my debts, getting into a space where I can use my credit as leverage, and then now learning about cryptocurrency and how that's a whole new ball game in the financial world of the opportunities that you can now gain to do the things that you want to do. Like, I'm sure that, you know, if you were given, you know, a loan, that I know for a fact that it would be used productively. It would be
Yeah.
used to better systems and to bring in more people to grow, like I would too. But you go to a bank and they look at your credit history and they look at your student loan, that's like, no.
Right,
Oh, and you're a minority. Hell
right,
no.
right.
And
I
it's
could be
like,
asking
where
for a loan to take out for a roller ring. Like, I just want y'all to
right,
build a roller ring in my neighborhood. I can't take out a loan for that.
right, right,
You
right. You
know
know
what I
what I'm
mean?
saying?
I'm
Right.
trying to build something
Yeah.
for we can have something to do. I don't want to drive the Glastonbury or drive out of town to go and have some fun. You know what I mean? Why
Right.
can't I have no fun right in my backyard? That's one thing I learned about being in Texas. Like, I come here, I'm like, yo, where's the day? How many? You only got one Dave and Buster's. Where's the other Dave and Buster's at? You know what I
Right.
mean? Why is this
Right.
so little? You know what I mean? Where's this
Right.
the drumming for these kids? Where's the laser tag to take my kids to? You know what I mean? Where's
Mm,
the putt golf to take my kids to?
right.
And that's that's
It's
that's
sparing.
like
It's sparingly. Right. There's
right,
like one.
right,
Yeah. It's
right,
only one.
right.
Yeah.
It's like one or two, and then it's like
Right.
10 by 10. You know what I mean? It's like, come on,
Right.
man. Like, I want to
Right.
drive way out of town to go and enjoy something,
Right.
enjoy myself. Why we can't
Right.
have that in our neighborhood? Why we can't have that in
Right.
our backyard? You know what I mean?
And
So
right. Right. I agree. And I think that's what we need to fight for. And I think, and you've already been kind of starting that by just A, starting that soccer team, and then B, just really connecting with other people that are in these organizations. And we've
right,
already been kind of talking about how we're really going to implement ourselves to attach, you know, to these organizations, but then to also leverage crypto and to see how we can get into the crypto world and see how we can tell our story to that community to see if we can get help from them, right? Kind of like another form of crowdfunding, where we can pool together money and for a bigger cause. But
right,
for people to believe in that cause, you have to show them your vision and see where it
right,
goes. And that's it's the same exact thing with like getting, a crypto loan and going through a process of, it's kind of, like a pitch competition, or, it's these, there's a governance of people who are in a specific crypto that give out these loans. They have pools of money. They have people who overlook it. They have a committee, a board of people who, do certain things that make everything run, right? But of course, the technology under it, that's what keeps everything secure, so that there's no foul play, there's no hacking, there's no lying, and most of the work is done with these smart contracts, with these protocols that allow for zero type of error, right? So that's what makes it a lot better, as opposed to going to a bank and dealing with humans, right? Who get to make those decisions.
Make the decision because they see what type, you are. Oh, I'm a minority that has tattoos, and I'm coming in there trying to. They look at me like, you own a business, you have a business. I'm like, yes, I have 2, 3. I have the LLC.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
because it's possible. because just because we have some baggage, financial baggage, doesn't mean we can't be successful. Like, what do you mean? There's lawyers that I know. There's doctors and lawyers that I know today still owe hundreds of racks, and they're making their money, and they could get loans still because their credit is, what I'm saying? So of course there's a lot of factors. It's not just
factors. No, there's a lot of factors. I'm just, just playing a picture, just
right. I don't want to make it seem like those are the only reasons why we can, there's a lot of factors, socioeconomic factors,
right. Definitely.
And
there's
household
knowledge.
factors, all that.
At the end of the day, it's knowledge. If you don't know, you get walked on. So you have to teach yourself and educate yourself at what you want to experience and what you want to know. You into investing, sit down and educate yourself. You know what I mean? I tell my nephew that all the time. He's 18, he's graduating high school. I said, bro, I'm trying to put you on game. Nobody taught me this at this age. Here you go. I'm dropping jewels. You know what I mean? Pick up this book. Read this.
That's the way
educate yourself. And that's, you know what I mean?
Right. And that's exactly what we have to do, since we didn't have it. You said something great. You said you were breaking a generational curse. Like, that's what we have to do. It starts here. It starts with us. It starts with our children. It starts with the youth that might not have that access, but since we know about it, we're going to do something about it so that they do have that access. And we're going to be adamant about it. And of course, there's a bunch of programs out there, but it's either the kids don't know about it, or their parent, or I should say their parents don't know about it, or it's just not enticing enough. It's just it's not engaging. And that's where people like us come in to say, where we can bridge that gap, work with these organizations, these nonprofits, and say, hey, you need to spice this up. Like, the way you're going about it, you're hiding it in a bunch of links. You're hiding it in a bunch of web pages that we have to click just to find someone to talk to get some sort of funding, whatever it may be. Why not we work with them to make it so much more digestible, to say, hey, are you looking for this? But do it in a way that we speak to, to people that would want to come out and try this.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
And that's definitely the goal.
Everything is accessible these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just you gotta go and achieve it. Go for it. Like they say, all money in, no money out.
No money out. Let's go, man. Yeah. So, man, Diego, I had a great conversation with you, man. I hope you viewers out there just understand that it's okay if you don't, even if you definitely know about crypto, definitely heard about Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Elon Musk, all that stuff. You heard about it, might have not, cared enough for it, but please, I implore you to do a little bit of research, just like Diego is doing and currently is still doing, and just understand the possibilities of where it can go. It's not just Dogecoin, it's not just Bitcoin. It's a whole new way to work with money, to use money as a tool, because that's what money is. It's a tool.
It's a tool. It's a tool, man.
It's just a tool. It's not a piece of paper. It's we put the value into the piece of paper, and money is just a tool. So with that being said, we're gonna wrap this up. Diego, thank you so much for being a part of this, man. I can't wait to help you out and build this up and to see where it goes. Guys, you already know, NFT creative traders. What happened?
My bad. Let me say one thing though, because I did this on purpose. I ain't say much about the soccer team because I want everybody to go check them out. We in the playoffs. We have the game. Go follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. We have a playoff game at 6 p.m. on Saturday at 85 Edwards in Hartford, Connecticut. Pull up if you want to. We're gonna try to have some food there, but if not, there's a Mexican not Mexican, Puerto Rican restaurant down the street. There's food in the area.
Yeah, come out.
Pull up
and
have some fun, man. So
yeah,
go ahead, brother.
great idea.
Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Where can they find your team? Why don't you drop their IG and Facebook?
Yeah, definitely. I thought I did. So you can follow us on
fault.
Sporting Hartford FC. Everything
Hartford
is
FC.
on. That's everything on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, sportinghartford.com. If you want to register and sign up, want to be part of the movement, just shout us a email. Just give us a shout out.
All right, perfect. Thank you for that. I should have asked you to drop all that. I was just about to. All right, that's all.
You straight. You do this all day, man.
It's all good. All right,
it's all good, man.
I hear that. So, all right, guys, that's the show. Until next week, make sure you hop on nftcreativetraders.com. Give us your email. We're in the middle of building up our newsletter. We're super excited to really transition this show into WTF, What the Fungible. We're in the middle of making our logos and everything. We're super excited to like really just blast out and launch WTF officially. Guys, stay tuned with us. Definitely let us know what you think about the show. Leave a comment. Share this with someone who might not believe in crypto fully, but is kind of still there. This will help. This show will help. But until then, guys,
this definitely will help, man.
Oh yeah, Diego, man, have a good day, bro. I'll talk to you soon. All right, man.
Safety.
All right, peace. Yes, sir.